Dominating delts. Pumpkin delts. Death Star delts! Today I put together another guaranteed shoulder exercise that's gonna blow up your delts. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we have 3 exercises. We're starting off today with straight sets of single arm cable lateral raises. Then we're gonna head over to do 3 rest pause sets of Smith machine overhead press, and then heading back to the cables to do 3 sets of modified front raises and supersetting that with face pulls, 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Let's get into it. All right, first things first, guys, we're gonna lower this all the way down to around our waist. I wanna walk myself out a bit so there's tension already on the cable. We can put our hand behind like this or on our waist or just sitting here, it's completely fine. I wanna have a semi-flex arm so we have no bending. I don't want this thing bending like this or coming like this. I want it to be nice and flexed, straight arm, and we're gonna pull this thing out. I don't want you thinking to come up like this and pulling that way. I want you to think about actually pulling this far away from the body, pushing out, and then letting it come back in, stretching the bottom, and pushing out, and back in. Now we're doing 20 reps, so I wanna keep constant tension and a nice rhythm this entire movement, just like this. And 1. So we're gonna rest about 30 seconds before we do the other arm. Again, this is my first set. It's gonna be a warm-up feeler set, and then I'm gonna increase the weight the next set and get into my hard sets. But again, we're using those warm-ups to just basically rehearse our tempo, our range of motion, and just basically form in general. So again, rest 30 seconds, and we're gonna flip and go to the other side. I see the comments. You guys say this channel should be at 1 million. Thanks. But guess what? Only 40% of you have subscribed. So do your boy a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so the next time I drop a video, you'll be the first ones to get it. Appreciate you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see I'm pushing the weight away. I'm keeping my shoulders down. I'm not letting my shoulders ride up like this. I'm basically keeping my collarbone or like my shoulder, I call it my pad shelf, down while my delt is doing the work. And then I'm forcing all that tension on my delt by making sure that my arm is straight. So there's no flexion or extension in my elbow. And because of where the cable is at, I'm getting constant tension this entire movement and set. And just being a warm up, at the end of this, my shoulders will be primed and ready. There you go. All right, guys, remember, we're gonna rest 1 to 2 minutes. If you have to take that extra minute, take it, but if you don't have to take it, don't take it. Let's make sure we keep tension high by being strict on our rest times. In between our warm-up sets, we could probably take a little less of a rest, so if you feel rested at that 1 minute mark, then jump right back into it. That's just gonna allow you to create more tension early on within your sets. So we're gonna put this up a little bit. Use a weight that you can continue to have the form that you just saw. If you're adding weight and all of a sudden now your elbow's bent, your traps are moving, if you end up doing this stuff like this, guys, the weight is too much. That's my thing. If you look like this when you're doing your next set, the weight's too heavy. I'm dead serious. Let's make sure we keep consistent when it comes to our form. All right, 2 minutes is up. Let's get into the second set. Form stay the same. Again, you're going to get 20 reps. If there's no 50 to 20, we're getting 20 reps. If you have to do your set and then around, 15, you're tired, sit here, catch your breath, and then bang out a rep until you get to your 20. We're doing 20 reps, so let's get into it.
Hey guys, before we continue with this video, I gotta make sure you guys are hydrated. You hydrated yet? Probably not. Check it out, I got errands for you. Guys, use my code JONNI10 for 10% off Amino Fast. Like what's Amino Fast? Guys, Amino Fast is gonna increase your overall performance, reduce muscle soreness, improve your hydration, and it's gonna prevent muscle cramps. And guess what? All our flavors taste amazing. So guys, again, use my code JONNI10 for 10% off your next order of Amino Fast right now. Okay, back to the show.
All right, so again, 20 reps. We're not going to failure. Bring it to a couple reps to failure. Again, we don't want to go to failure on this exercise. We're going to save that for our rest pause sets with Smith machine overhead press. So rest about like 30 seconds. If you have to rest a little longer to catch your breath, make sure you can get the most out of the other arm, do so. But right now, I'm good to go. I'm going to start my other side. All right, there's my sets. I'm gonna rest. I had a question a couple days ago about how long I should rest in between each exercise. You're gonna rest the exact same amount of time, set to set to set. The only difference is you're gonna give yourself a little more time to just switch up the exercise, go to the next exercise, and then prepare the next exercise. So we're gonna head over to the Smith machine. I'm gonna set the bench up, and all that jazz, and then by the time I'm done that, I should be ready to go and get into this movement. Okay, so I have this on a very high incline. I'm not gonna go fully to 90 degrees. The reason being is a lot of us still need a lot of work on our chest, so we have a great angle here to get a lot of your front delt and upper pec. So the first set, guys, I'm gonna go through the full range of motion and go through your tempo and get myself prepared for our rest pause. So first set is not gonna be a working set, so we're just gonna go 10 to 15 reps, controlling the rep on the way down, getting myself in good position, nice stretch to the bottom, up, controlling it down, 2 second negative, up, controlling it down, press the bottom, stretch, up, controlling all the way down. Now, if you guys are probably questioning sometimes why I like gripping like this, the reason why I like gripping like this, especially on the Smith machine, is because this allows me to really stack the joints. Right here, my palm, that's on the nice meatier, grippier part of my hand, where I can feel my elbow right underneath the weight. There's a great alignment that's here. So when I press, I can feel that transitioning right to my pec minor and my anterior delts. You can give that a try, but when you're doing it, make sure we're not just excessively bending the wrist. So we have this like very vulnerable position here. This is not what we're doing. We're doing this. There's a difference between this and this. I'm doing this, and that allows me to keep the load exactly where I want it to be. All right, we're gonna rest about a minute, and we're gonna do our rest pause. We're doing 10 to 15 reps. We're gonna go a little high in rep range. We're gonna control a negative, 2 second negative, 1 second pause, and then we're gonna do a 1 second positive contraction, and then we're gonna bring this set to failure. So I do want you to get a weight that's gonna challenge you and bring you to technical failure. So once you get around to failure, you should be able to notice that your negative is gonna be that much harder to control. So feel it out. Once you realize that this is coming a lot quicker than before, you know that you're getting really close to your failing rep, and then you're gonna get yourself up. If you can't get it, great. You're gonna relax for a bit. You're gonna catch your breath, about 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, and to catch your breath. And then you're gonna get right back underneath, and then you're gonna unrack wherever it was, get down, and then we're gonna pump out as many reps as we can with the same tempo. So don't start speeding your tempo up when you do rest pause, drop sets, supersets. You're gonna keep the same tempo, and that's gonna keep the tension high the entire set. So let's get into the first hard set.
Whoa. Remember, only like 10, 50 seconds. Their heart rate calm down a little bit. Lactic acid will start to dissipate slightly. And when it does, right back in, rep as many as we can with the same tempo, with the same range of motion. Burns so good. Rest on the max 2 minutes. If you need to take an extra minute, do so. I want you to challenge yourself to stick true to those 2 minutes. And you might find yourself reducing the weight or not pushing as much as you thought you could. But guess what? That's gonna allow you to build more muscle. Get rid of that ego, build muscle. I'm pretty sure egos are like skinny little dudes. Like, they're probably like skinny little, loud, annoying people in the back of our minds. So get the guy out of there.
People get it jumping. Party people bounce to the beat. Get it jumping. Party people get it jumping. Party people bounce to the beat. Get it jumping. Party people get it jumping. Party people bounce to the beat. Get it jumping. Party people get it.
Catch your breath. Rest up. This exercise is done. Take those 2 minutes to get to the next exercise, and then use a little bit extra time to set it up. By the time you're done setting up, get into your movement. So let's go. Okay, last exercise, we have 3 supersets of modified cable front raise, and then we're heading over right away into rope face pulls. Now, I'm using both sides of my cable machine because I'm by myself, I can do this. If you're in a gym, I don't recommend doing that. I recommend having your bar here, then having the rope to use it right after, just so you're not, using up everything. So, ready from the start, technique-wise, whatever bar you grab, I'd grab the bar that's a little bit longer. If you have like an easy bar like this, grab the outsides of it. If you have a straight bar that's just as wide, grab the outsides. A little bit outside shoulder width apart. Step back a bit, we want tension on the cable already. A little bit of a hinge back, and then we're gonna drive just with our arms all the way up, right to overhead, and then controlling it down, right to the bottom. We're not gonna reload and do this, or we're not gonna swing it up. We're gonna be very strict with it. From here, chest nice and tall, a little slight hinge, gripping your feet in the ground, and then driving right up. Control it down. Give yourself 30 seconds to get to the next exercise. And just recover. Pull the cable down to about shoulder height. Work yourself out a bit because we want tension. We're gonna go pronated grip, like so. And when you're pulling, I don't want you thinking pulling from here right away. I want you to think pulling the elbows out immediately. So we're gonna go from here, right? I'm pulling the elbows away while pulling in, and then squeeze from here,
fully protraction all the way out. Elbows are pulling out. Now that's my first set. That can be one of my working sets. I'm at the end of my workout. My body's already warmed up and primed. We're doing 2 completely separate movements from the entire workout, so it's good to go through at least 1 feeler / warm-up set just to get used to the movements, and then you can jump right back into it. Again, it should not take you more than 1, I would say, warm-up, especially at the end of your exercise. So rest up a bit. We're gonna rest 2 minutes, then do our hard sets. Anyway guys, that is it for today's workout. If you guys give this a go, let me know in the comment section below. And let me know if you guys like these exercises and want me to do a lot more of them, because I probably will anyway, but let me know what you want me to put together. I'll put together something crazy for you guys that's optimal, effective, and efficient. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know, become all that talk. It is transparent, all the truth. And guys, hit the link in the description below for those discount codes and promo codes to help save your life or change your life for the better. And make sure you guys add me on Instagram and TikTok. Send me your progress pics, your training pics, and your video clips, and I'll repost it for you, because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.